Alright, so for this video I'm going to show you how to draw the correct facial proportions for a face that has more masculine features. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start out by drawing a circle. So the reason we start by drawing a circle is if you look at the shape of the skull, the back part of it is more round, more circular, and then the facial features like the jaw come out of the front of that circle. So we're going to start with the circle as a base. I'm going to divide it in half both ways like this, and then I'm going to divide each half again, the top half and the bottom half. I'm going to divide with a couple more lines. And this middle line is going to come down, and this part down here is going to become the chin. So now to draw the jaw line, it's going to come out like this. For a more masculine jaw, it's going to be wider, it's going to be more square, it's going to be more angular, and then the chin is going to be more defined as well. It's not going to come down to a little point, it's going to be a little square at the end there too. Alright, so these lines, this top line is going to be where the hairline is going to start, this is where the brow is going to be, this is where the eyes are going to be, and this line at the bottom of the circle, that's going to be where our nose is going to be. Alright, so I'm going to draw the nose by drawing 3 circles. For a masculine nose, the nostrils usually are going to be a little bit bigger and more defined. To draw the bridge of the nose, in more masculine noses, you might have part of the bridge of the nose in the middle that sort of creates a bump in the middle like that. The bridge of the nose might not be as smooth as a more feminine nose bridge. Everything's going to be a bit more angular, which is why I created that bump in the middle of the bridge of the nose. So for the brows, for a more masculine face, the brows are going to be thicker. They're also not going to arch as much as a feminine brow would, and they're not going to taper off as much as a feminine brow would. So they're going to be a bit straighter, not as arched. And obviously a bit more fuller than a more feminine face would be. Alright, so the inside corners of the eyes would start right about where, if you drew a line coming up from the outer edge of the nostrils, that would be where the inner corner of your eyes would start. So using that as a guideline, I'm going to start drawing my eyes around my eye line, and they're going to be these almond shapes. Then I'm going to draw another line above them to create the eyelids. Just going to define those lines a little bit more there. And then in the middle of each eye we're going to have the iris, and then in the middle of the iris we're going to have the pupil. And then just adding more definition. Then if you draw a line, not yet I guess. Alright, so now I'm just defining the edge of the face there. It's going to be a bump at where the brow line is, and then it's going to come in a bit more where the eye is, and then it's going to come back out where the cheekbone's going to be. Now I'm just adding more definition below each eye. Alright, so now if you draw a line going straight down from each pupil, those lines will create what will be where the outside corners of your mouth should be. So using those as guidelines, I'm going to start drawing the top lip. For a masculine face, the lip, especially the top lip, is going to be a lot thinner. The top lip should pretty much always be thinner than the bottom lip. So the bottom lip will be a little bit fuller, but for a more masculine face it shouldn't be too full. I'm just going to add some shading on the top lip there. Alright, so now the ears, the top of the ear should start about where that eye line is, and it should end about where our nose line is. And for a more masculine neck, it's not going to curve in as much as a feminine neck would be. It'd be much more straight and more of a broad neck. And that line at the top represents where the hairline would be, where the hair would start growing. So I'm not going to add a whole lot of detail to this hair. I'm just going to show what it would look like. And that's it.